Live from J. David Ramsey Stadium on the campus of Bear River High School. TouchdownProductions.com, celebrating 19th season of high school sports television, is proud to present Bear River Bruin football. Tonight, as we continue our coverage of the 2015 season, your JV Bear River Bruins take on the 1-1 Argonaut Mustangs. It's a rare Monday night game. All the action begins right here, right now. It's your NorCal Game of the Week. The JV Bear River Bruins come home for the first time this season against the Mustangs from Argonaut for Monday Night Football. Good evening, football fans, wherever you are across our worldwide audience. This is Marty Mortensen, the voice of Bear River football, along with my good friend Rick Ellwood. Our executive producer for tonight's game is Gilbert M. Dominguez, and he is joined by the rest of the Touchdown Production sports team of Callahan King, Joan Lyons, and Teresa Dietrich. But before we get started, it's important that we remember the Argonaut community, which was devastated by the Butte fire, has caused this game to be played on a rare Monday night.
Well, Marty, it's fire season, and when you live up here in God's country, it's one of the biggest concerns. So our prayers go out to the residents of Amador and Calaveras County, and the residents also of Middletown, which burnt to the ground.
Let's go on down to the field where the game has just gotten underway, and the Argonaut Mustangs have the ball on its third down short, and it looks like they may have gotten that first down. Let's see where they spot it. They'll spot it on the 30-yard line. I guess it's short by a yard. So that'll bring up fourth down. As the rain starts to fall here, we need the rain, but we don't need it on our opening night of football here, Rick.
It's a Monday night, Marty, and look at the Argonaut team gambling on fourth down.
And I don't think they made it. They may be short unless his forward progress got him over the 30-yard line, and they're marking it as if he got it.
Looked like the pile got pushed forward.
Officials timeout. Going to take a look at it. The ball carrier was the quarterback, 21, Addison Kramer.
Let's see. They may have to take a measurement here.
Looked like he was initially stopped right in the middle, Marty. The Bear River team did a good job stacking it up, but some pretty good second effort by the quarterback for Argonaut Mustangs, 21, Addison Kramer.
Oh, the chains come out, and it may be just a little bit short. Let's see what they do. It was going to put it down, and it looks like they're going to extend the chain out. It's going to be short. And it's going to be Bear River's ball on the Argonaut 36-yard line. That was a risky mistake right there, I think.
Well, I talked to one of the Argonaut coaches before the game. We were standing out in the middle of the field. He said they're going to be short, few players. They had to stay back. Their families were in a little bit of turmoil and peril because of the fire. So they've got nothing to lose, a little gamble on 4th and 1. Unfortunately, it doesn't work for them, and now short field for the Bear River Bruins.
Oh, Bear River comes up. Handoff to the fullback, and he'll drive for about 4 yards.
Zimmer down to about the 30-yard line, 6-yard pickup. Number 21, Addison Kramer, on the spot for the Mustangs.
Oh, they gave him forward progress for about 6 yards, so it'll be second down and 4. Both squads are not very big in numbers here. Both for Bear River. Handoff, right side, trying to go for a couple, and he may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage or gained a half a yard. So that'll bring up third down, and still just a little over 4 yards, it looks like.
So when I was out there, Marty, as they were warming up, a lot of young, fresh faces on this JV, both sides of the field.
Oh, yeah. There's a handoff, and he's breaking it, and he's going to get a first down, I believe. Crosses over the That looked like Stephen Rich, the ball carrier, number 25. So the Bear River moves the chains, and they'll have the first down on the Argonaut 24-yard line. Quick handoff over right tackle, and that goes for a couple. Let's see, they'll give him about 4 yards on the carry.
With the rush down to the 20-yard line, going to be a pickup of about 4 yards. Second down, 6 for the Bruins.
Luke Baggett comes into the ball game as a wide receiver.
So, Marty, if you're a Bear River varsity player, you're a little jealous that you don't be the first ones to get a chance to run on this field?
Well, they've practiced. Bear River, I've come out to the practice, and they were practicing on Thursday on it. So they got their taste of it. The varsity did. So it's second down, quick handoff right over center, and that drives the pile down for a first down.
Nice run inside by the Bruins ball carrier, 21 Jeremy Cunningham, all the way down to the 9-yard line. That's another Bruins first down.
Okay.
Nice run by number 21 Jeremy Cunningham, right up the middle, just kept his legs driving, got the first down.
He definitely moved that pile. That was direct handoff right over center. Quick handoff again, and that goes over the left side, and he drives down for about close to 4 yards.
Short run for Stephen Rich, tackled from behind by number 50, Adam Avita.
Avita makes that tackle. So second down and goal to go. Pitch back to Rich, and that doesn't go anywhere. He's going to be short. Maybe he picked up a couple.
Ball carrier picks up short yardage. That's Stephen Rich once again. First one there for the Mustangs.
Third down and goal from the 4. Let's see if they try a little pass play here. Coming into the ball game is Taylor and Fredericks. Now they're going to be penalized 5 yards for a late substitution. No, the Bear River's going to call a timeout, or else they would have been penalized because, what do you think?
Smart move by the coaches to call timeout because they had a late substitution. Looked like Luke Baggett was going to go in for Jake Leonard. Maybe a change of play, or let's talk this turf, Marty. It's beautiful. I was out there in the middle. It's spongy. It's a beautiful, no torn spots in the grass. What a great job by the whole Bear River Athletic Association, Bear River High School, the athletic director, and what a beautiful facility.
Yeah, watch this thing develop over the summer months, and we were on it for graduation, but no football action or soccer action or anything else was done until this past week.
Beautiful. I'm a Delta Bluegrass fan at my house, and I didn't see one weed out there as I was walking the entire field.
No, it's solid Bermuda. That brings up third down and goal from the 4. First time out of the game taken by the Bruins. Referee calls time in, so the quick pass. Oh, coming over the top and knocking that ball down. That was number 28, Sean McCoy.
Pretty good defensive play. Just stayed on his outside shoulder and reached in and slapped the ball away as it was coming to the receiver. Nice job. Looks like the quarterback, though, Addison Kramer, number 21, who plays safety for Argonaut, is holding a finger. He might have got one stub by when the ball was deflected. Not a good sign for a quarterback.
Especially when he's got to throw the ball. So now that comes up fourth and goal. A big opportunity here for the – and he overthrew his man. That was Taylor. And so the ball will go over on down. So both teams turn the ball over on downs.
Look at a pretty good design route going to the flag, and looked like Clay just overthrew Stephen Taylor just a little bit.
So what that means is the Argonaut will take over on their own 4-yard line, and let's see if they can move the ball now. Handoff up the middle, and it just swarmed in there by the Bruins. The ball carrier was
the ball carrier for the Mustangs, 22, Mason Flores.
Mason Flores.
Gain tackle by the Bruins. It'll be
just a gain of about 2 yards is all on that one.
Pretty good indication of what we're going to see from the Argonaut varsity team tonight. Kind of a veer offense where they line up tight and run a lot of misdirection, a lot of option.
Quarterback keeper fakes to the fullback coming up the middle, and that goes just maybe a yard or two. Bring up 3rd down and about 7.
Yeah, the hard thing is for an offense like that, when there's no threat of throwing the ball, it looks like Bear River's not concerned a bit. They're bringing 11 up and just attacking the line of scrimmage and forcing the Argonaut team to try to make a play.
So we got 3:46 left to go in this first quarter. Has been almost all runs, and looking to pass. Big pass rush. He's rolling out. He's looking, and it's going to be thrown short, covered in there by Friedrichs. And that'll bring up a punting situation this time.
Pass intended for number 22, Mason Flores. Looked like it was just a little bit of a weak throw, maybe something to do with that right hand getting dinged on a defensive play that he made a couple plays ago to stop the Bear River team at the goal line.
So number 49. Oh, that's number 19. Wyatt Elmore will do the kicking, and that's going to be a shanker out to the right. He's got plenty of room. That is Roger, and he goes down into the end zone, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 2-yard line.
Pretty good heads up by Jake, seeing the ball kind of Wyatt punting into about a 10-mile-an-hour wind coming right in his face. Didn't get much of it, and good job by Jake Roger to be heads up, pick that up, and take it down to the 1-yard line. I think on the JV level, when you start seeing those kind of athletic plays, it excites coaches at maybe Coach Lavoie and Coach Logue. They see these.
Yeah, Savoy will be checking that out real carefully. Okay, full house backfield, second man through, and he goes into the end zone for a touchdown, Bruins.
Stephen Rich for the Bruins, right side, touchdown.
Stephen Rich over the right side for that 2-yard run for the touchdown, and now they'll bring the ball out to the 3-yard line with attempt the extra point. Doing the kicking. Can't see, got to pull. Oh, a bad snap over his head. Looking, they'll call fire, but they're not going to get that one out. So it'll be knocked down, and
the PAT is unsuccessful.
Didn't look like that bad of a snap, was it?
Snap right through the hands of the holder, but right to the quarterback for the Bear River team. So Clay Caprio might have had an opportunity to make a. Got to get his name right? Is it Corpio?
It's Coripo, I guess. I'll have to go check on that, but we'll go with Clay. That'll get the job done.
Clay, we owe you one. Sorry for butchering your name there, but good try on picking that ball up and trying to make something happen for the extra point.
Of course, he has to be the quarterback, where you end up calling his name all the time, right?
Our local firefighters.
Take a look at this replay of the touchdown, Rick, for the Bruins.
It's a turnaround handoff, power to the right side. Number 25, Stephen Taylor, just powers his way through there. Good blocking, good lead block in there, right over the left side of the defensive line for the Argonauts. No doubter there.
For folks that are being put up right now at the Jackson Rancheria Casino, they've cleared up all of their guests and are only housing fire victims there.
Right over number 65 for the Argonaut team, Josh Sober.
So we do have an information booth over kind of by the snack concession area. You can learn more about that.
Well, the Bruins will kick off from their own 40-yard line.
Jackson Rancheria on Friday.
Clay will be doing the kicking.
Anytime this week, and we'll make sure they get to the fire victim folks up in Amador and Calaveras County. We thank you for your support.
Here we go. Let's see what it's going to. Oh, great kick. It's going to go into the end zone, and he ran it in, so that's it. He can't run it out. Oh, I guess they're going to let him run it out. I thought normally once you got into the end zone.
22 Mason Flores able to bring it back.
Mason Flores got that ball. I guess if the momentum takes you into the end zone, is that how it works on
I think if it carries you into the end zone, you get the right to take it out.
Okay, but
how about that kickoff, though?
That was 60 yards all the way in the air there. No problem with that.
A little bit wind-aided, a little winded as well.
Yeah, well, he did have the wind. So a little bit better field position for the Argonaut squad. Man in motion. Oh, they left too early. They'll bring that back. That'll cost them 5 yards.
Still first down.
Sure, that's kind of some of the disruption you might see tonight. I'm not sure how much attention's been paid to practice this week for the Argonaut Mustangs. So some of those small errors might happen both on the JV side and maybe with the varsity team tonight.
They got a single back in the backfield, and they're going to fake it to him and going over the left side for a big gain down the sideline. Big stiff arm.
Quarterback keeps it.
That is the quarterback.
Tackled by
That is Addison Kramer, the QB.
Short of the first down marker.
Good ball handling by Addison. He sees the handoff inside is not there. He sees the defensive end coming down on the play, and he just takes it and runs to the outside and gets him about 20, doesn't he, Marty?
Yeah, well, he's right. He got back all the penalized area, and now they got a second and about 3, and he's got the same play again. Oh, this time he's met in the backfield, and he has. Don't think he made the first down. Let's see where they mark it. No, they did.
It's going to be enough for a first down, though.
So if it worked the first time, run it again. But good job by Luke Baggett recognizing the play coming up and just having great contact in the hole. But Kramer got leg drive and goes for the first down.
So Kramer now with the single back in the back. He's going to fake it again, take it himself, and he's going. This time he goes over the left side, and he is brought down for maybe a 2-yard gain.
Mustang ball carrier dragged down from behind, 63. Jacob Olson wrapped him up. Short gain, about 2, second and 8.
Olson on the tackle for the Bruins.
Also Travis Carpenter in there. Nice job, just shedding his block and fighting to the outside, containing Addison Kramer.
They've run that play 4 times in a row now. Do you think they'll run it again?
Maybe to the other side.
No, and this time they hand it off, and Bear River was waiting for that, and the ball is carrier stopped for a short gain that brings it across the 30-yard line. They're going to mark it 30 and a half. It'll bring up third down and about 7.
So they almost ran the same play, just a little bit of trickery there, handed to the first guy through. But if you saw, Addison Kramer went out to the left again like he had the ball.
Same formation. Looking to pass this time, and I think that finger is bothering him. You can tell. Did you see the way he threw that sidearm?
Yeah, there's just that finger is a trigger finger. That's the last finger that leaves the football, and
yeah, he's holding his hand like it's really bothering him. So that'll bring up 4th down. They'll be forced to punt into the wind again.
If you watched any college football this weekend, Oregon's quarterback had the same issue, and missed through some tough passes late in the game.
Punt is taken in there on about the 45-yard line, coming up that's Zimmer, and he gets brought down on a nice tackle. That was the That tackle there saved almost a touchdown, I believe. That was by, that's Cara Barnia.
It'll be first down Bear River at the Mustang 44-yard line.
I wrote that out, Marty. I didn't write that well. That's Ryan Carbarani.
Carbarani, okay. I had a hard time reading that.
Number 44.
Phonetics would have helped on that one, I think. All right, it was a nice tackle in there by number 44, Ryan. We'll give him a Ryan call here. 3 pass receivers out in the flat, but that ball maybe only goes for about 3 yards.
With a nice pass to 24 Stephen Taylor. Inside the 40-yard line.
So Brian Hudson, the field announcer, doing a fine job as always his last few years. He called it Corippo. So that's what we'll call him.
Okay.
Because Brian knows everything.
So Clay Corippo is the quarterback for the Bear River JV Bruins.
High snap, but then put down and handed off to Cunningham, and he goes over the right side for just short yardage.
Maybe a bit more. It's the end of the first quarter of play with the score Bear River 6, Argonaut nothing.
Olsen in on the tackle, and that ends the first quarter. And we'll take a look at the Trips Auto Body and Paint Shop scoreboard showing Bear River they did not make the extra point, so it's Bear River 6 and the Argonaut Mustangs 0. All right, we'll like to send you down to break. You're watching the Touchdown Production Sports Network.
Your car is one of the most important assets you own. And Reeby's Auto Parts is dedicated to helping you keep it in tip-top condition. Reeby's Auto Parts is a family-owned and operated business since 1956. We have a friendly and knowledgeable staff, and as a Napa Auto Parts dealer, you're sure to find the right part you need from either of our 2 Nevada County locations. You can always count on Reeby's to be there when you need us. It's Reeby's Auto Parts in Nevada City and Grass Valley.
Welcome back to J. David Ramsey Stadium. Marty Mortensen along with Rick Ellwood, bringing you this exciting JV action this year on the TouchdownProductions.com network. And we're happy to be bringing this to you. Looking to pass again. They got a man wide open, and he gets pushed, but no flag comes in. Being defended in there by, looked like number 21, Addison Kramer. Bad finger and all, huh?
Fourth down, about 2.5 for the Bruins.
Might as well reach in if it's hurting. You might as well slap it away. Looked like Bear River had a good opportunity to complete that for a first down.
Well, it looked like the defender came up and grabbed him. There's your Trips Auto Body and Paint Shop scoreboard. Bear River 6 and Argonaut Mustangs nothing. And there's a handoff, full house backfield, and he may have gone forward. I don't know if there's a fumble or not. Let's see what they say. And it looks like they did make that first down. Did you see who the ball carrier was?
Josh Zimmer, number 6, just turned on a quick handoff to Zimmer, lined up in the fullback position, and goes right off tackle, gets the first down. Nice run for about 4.
Handoff. That goes to Jake Roger.
Number 2, Jake Roger. Down to about the
got a couple.
32-yard line. That's going to be a loss of maybe about a half yard. Second down for the Bruins.
Well, I guess that was a short gain, wasn't it? A loss of a half a yard, according to Brian Hudson in the booth there. 9:21 left to go in this first half. When they only have 10-minute quarters, and then when you're running the ball every time, the clock goes by pretty quick. There's a pitch to Taylor over the left side, trying to cut the corner, and there's going to be he's going on down with a big gain, but there's a flag on the field. Maybe a hold on Bear River. Yeah, it was a hold. in the backfield way after the play was done. Did you see that, Rick?
Yeah, good run by Taylor. It looked like he got to the outside. He broke a tackle by A.J. Teope, number 33, and then got to the corner real quick. But sometimes those corners open up so fast because someone's got a piece of the other team's jersey, Marty, and the referee obviously saw it.
So that's going to be about a 30-yard penalty when you look at it.
That hurts, and the offensive lineman just ran down there, and they're tired right there.
Yeah, sure. Now they got to come back.
Oh, man, alive.
So Rich comes in with the play. Going out is Taylor. Now Taylor stays in, and coming out is Zimmer. Coach Tanner Mathias is rotating his players. Another pass again. High pass is caught, but that was too rich, and he was hammered to the ground.
For just a few yards, though. 3rd down and long for Bear River.
That could be a possible penalty any time, because once the player in high school and college goes down, I mean, that's it. The play ends.
Play ends. They're dead. Guys are watching too much NFL football where they can get up and run.
Yeah.
Pretty good catch, too, by 25 Stephen Rich, who went up and got it.
So there's a pass deep, and it's getting knocked away as Baggett had to come back as a defender on that one. That ball was underthrown.
A.J. Teope for the Mustangs.
So again, A.J. Teope, number 33, on good coverage, just forced his receiver to the sideline and just turned and looked for the ball. He's in a great position. Like you said, Marty, the receiver had to come back and play defense.
So now Bear River will be forced to punt, I believe. I don't think they've got about 16 yards to go for a first down. Back to punt is Stephen Rich. Coming in late is Leonard. Good snap. Good high kick, and it's going to be short, and then down on about the 35 or 30-yard line.
And the Mustangs will take over at their
Too bad the length couldn't have been judged by the height. A little geometry question there to get the height to go.
If you could do half the height and get twice the length, you'd like that, huh?
Yep.
What'd they get, about 6 yards
6
on that?
Yards on that.
I think at the JV level, Marty, the things that hurt the most are some of those specialty
teams,
teams, like the point after touchdown, the holder, punting game.
So here come the Mustangs. Oh, the handoff. That was to number 22, Flores, but it was, I thought he moved early, but he was heading in the backwards, so that makes did not call it.
Yeah, he lines up like in a slot position and just goes in motion almost, and then takes that handoff underneath. Nobody fooled.
Well, the Mustangs now, shotgun formation, and they fake the handoff on that play, and then that only gets a couple.
Quarterback Addison Kramer.
Looks like Kramer's kind of like a one-man show out there.
He's taking control, fakes a handoff underneath and tries to run the option. Pretty good job by Josh Zimmer there coming up. And
now it looked like Kramer's going off. Can't afford to lose him. He's got a bad finger, and now he was limping after that hit he took as the ball carrier. So now coming in for the Mustangs will be Elmore, the kicker. Turns and hands off, but it fumbled by the there was a fumble, but the Mustangs recovered their own fumble.
Cameron Scott, who was able to fall on it. Going to bring up 4th down and about 5.
Tight end came up, Scott, and made the recovery on that fumble. With a new quarterback, you can probably expect that.
I think now he's in a more comfortable position.
Yeah.
Number 19, he's their punter.
Good snap. Left-footed, a low kick taken by Baggett. Oh, good block in there to spring him loose. He's down the sideline. He only has one man to beat, but then brought down.
Luke Baggett on the return for the Bruins gets it inside.
I think that was Cunningham that threw that block on number 14, Wirt, the wide receiver, and he got his bell rung there, didn't he?
Good run, Marty. I think it might have been number 30, Wyatt Bosworth.
Oh, was it? Okay.
I think it was the Boz that came back and made that hit, and great job by Josh Zimmer, and a pretty good touchdown-saving tackle by number 22 for Argonaut, Mason Flores.
So here come the Bruins. Shotgun formation looking to pass. He's got a man wide open, and that is Taylor. He's going to take it in for a touchdown. Bruin touchdown. Clay Carippo to Rich. Taylor, I'm sorry. It was wide open, beat the safety.
Well, the safety's in, just replacing Addison Kramer, who went out, their starting safety and quarterback, who's injured. And a pretty good job by Bear River to go right after someone new into the ball game. Good route by number 24, Stephen Taylor. He just took it to the post, and nice throw by Clay.
Ball's put down and kicked, and that is going to be no good.
We're on a tough angle here, Marty.
No. It almost looked good even with the binoculars on. Take a look at that replay on that touchdown. They went after the new.
Clay goes back. Good blocking by the offensive line. Gives them plenty of time. And downfield, Taylor just runs a deep post route, gets over the safety who's new into the ball game, probably bid up on play action. And nice throw, nice catch, touchdown, Bear River.
So the extra point is no good. That young man's hanging his head. That was that's number 19 there. That was Elmore. Yeah, that is number 19. Yeah, he just came in the game. You might as well take advantage of. There's your Trips Auto Body and Paint Shop scoreboard showing Bear River JV Bruins 12 and Argonaut Mustangs nothing. Bear River will kick off. Back deep to receive. I don't think that ball's going to go this far in the wind. That's 22 back to receive as Flores. And he's going to get it. It was a low kick, but it's taken back on the 5. Starts to come up the field, gets by a couple of guys, still gets on his feet, still going, got blockers in front of him, coming down the sideline, and coming over and saving the touchdown was Stephen Rich. Bear River missed about 5 tackles down there as they turned upfield.
Sometimes what happens on a kickoff like that, it's a squib. The front line kind of loses their position, and it slows down a little bit, and it gives a chance for the offensive team on the kicking team to formulate a good blocking pattern. They did it there, and a nice run by number 22, Mason Flores.
That was a big gainer of almost 60 yards. That he brought that ball up to the Bear River 34-yard line. And there's a handoff, and coming up and making that stop. And that was number 53, Travis Carpenter.
Number 28.
Sean McCoy's first carry, and still no Addison Kramer, the starting quarterback for the Argonaut Mustangs.
Take a look at.
Just quick handoff, almost fumbles it here.
Yeah, he
basically
sure
says, hey, you want it, I got it, you take it. And good defense by.
Nice tackle coming up and
big number 53.
Number 13. Yeah, you can see that Elmore has not taken that many snaps in practice because he was on the wrong side of the running back, and so it's got to be tough for him.
Well, Bear River knows that, and they're just stuffing it up, coming in, bringing a blitz, and nowhere to run. Got to be frustrating for the offensive linemen and trying to get their assignments down. People are just running by him, no one to block.
So that'll bring up third down and about 14 for a first down. Let's see if Elmore's got a arm to pass. He's a pretty tall kid. He looks like he could have some agility here. Now he hands off over the left side and got out of the way of the runner that time.
Well short.
Yeah, again, I don't think they wanted to risk the pass. Wyatt Elmore not very experienced in there. And
on the tackle for the Bruins, number 13, Caden Alberg.
Alberg in on the tackle.
Becker. Baggett, Zimmer back.
Good snap. And that ball could go into the end zone, and it does. It hits on about the 1 and goes in, so the Bear River will take the ball over on their own 20-yard line with 3:40 left to go in this first quarter. First half, I should say. Thank you very much for that clarification. I apologize for that.
We thank you for your officiating tonight.
So Bear River will take over on their own 20.
Still no 21 Addison Kramer in the ballgame for
he limped off
Argonaut.
the field, and I think they'll probably go at the there's a handoff right side. Got blockers in front of him. Goes for about 8.
About a 5-yard pickup there for Stephen Rich.
Let's see where they're going to spot it.
35,
They'll give him about 6 on that.
Change safeties, though. Number 22, Mason Flores, is now in playing safety and replacing Addison Kramer. Nice run by Bear River. Just power right at him.
Looking to pass again, and it's going to be almost caught in there. No flag. Baggett looked for a flag, but he had to come back for that ball, and the defender and Baggett collided.
Again, we've called his number 3 or 4 times. Number 33, A.J. Tiopi, doing a good job on the corner. Ball underthrown, and referees are letting them bang each other a little bit there, Marty. I kind of like to see that because I think poor defensive backs have having the game taken out of their hands because they can't even touch a receiver.
Fake handoff, rolling out. He's being pressured. He's looking. And now he's going to try to run with it. He's going to be losing yardage, and that only gets back to about the 24-yard line. That play did not look good from the start, did it?
Might have been a run-pass option. It looked like Clay was got to the perimeter, but good job by number 28, Sean McCoy, who strung it out for the Argonaut team. And got to love the sideline. The sideline's always your friend. That's the 12th man, so take them to the sideline and let your other 10 players converge from the inside.
Well, the Bruins will be punting with 2:20. High snap. It's caught. No rush, but a good kick. And it's going to – whoa, boy, that was a flag called right there on Baggett. He was a little over-aggressive. The receiver was down on his knees, and he fielded that ball, and then he was hit big time.
Number 35 for the Argonaut Mustangs, a little ill-advised. Leave it alone. Get away from it. There's usually a call when the ball's bouncing around like that it's hot, or each team has its own specific wording, but 35 just kind of says, hey, I'll pick it up. It's my chance to touch it.
He paid the ultimate price, but he did get a 15-yard penalty on the Bruins for that aggressive play.
Can't blame Luke Baggett, just kind of a quick reaction. He sees the ball in the player's hands, and still not sure if his knee's down, if he can get up and run, or they got to make that differentiation because that works that way through all the way through college.
So that'll put the ball on the Bear River 31-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10. And there's a handoff. That is to number 22. The workhorse so far is Flores for the Argonaut Mustang.
Caden Alberg, number 13 for Bear River, just kind of hugging the line of scrimmage, sees the handoff, and just comes crashing down the line. Also, good job in there by big number 56, the middle guard. Hayden Becker's doing a good job in there for the Bear River defensive line.
I don't see. Oh, there's number 21 is sitting on the. That's Kramer. He's sitting on the bench.
No helmet, so he's not going to come back in.
I don't think so. So here's a handoff. Ball, good cutback in there by Flores, the ball carrier, and getting stopped in there by number 53, Carpenter.
Zimmer and Carpenter.
And Zimmer on the tackle.
Caden Alberg just misses it, comes down the line, misses the tackle. Good hard running by, was that number 22, Mason Flores?
That was.
And then good pursuit by Travis Carpenter to make that tackle.
Clock continues to run down with 43 seconds left to go in the first half. It's like they left a little early, and it was a quarterback fumbled. They're going to hope that they didn't throw a flag, so that would have given them another play. That was a loss of about 8 yards. That'll bring up fourth down. Quarterback, you can tell that he hasn't. We'll look at the replay of it, and you can tell he hasn't handled the ball that much.
Looks like White's not expecting it. He doesn't know. He's looking to hand it off, and
I'm out of here.
Looks like a pretty good pursuit by number 63, Jacob Olsen, just bears down on him.
And they're gonna let the clock run out, and there it is. There's the buzzer for at the end of the first half. Bear River on top here at the half.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to grab yourself something from the Bear River Bruins Snack Shack, the special tonight.
There's your Trips Auto Body and Paint Shop scoreboard showing Bear River on top here with 2 scores. One in the first quarter, one in the second quarter, 12-0 in favor of Bear River. And we're at the halftime with the clock ticking down. They only give 10 minutes at the half, so by the time they get all the way up into the locker room and come back, it's going to be time. Not going to have much talking.
Oh, wait. Stop the presses.
All right. I'd like to remind you, you're watching exclusive coverage of TouchdownProductions.com Game of the Week football.
Magnuson's Toyota and Scion is celebrating 25 years serving you in the foothills. Right now, Magnuson's carries the first all-electric SUV, and they're still the home of the Toyota Tundra. Magnuson's Dodge Chrysler Jeep is right down the street and features the new Ram diesel truck, Jeep Wranglers, and Grand Jeep Cherokee. It's Magnuson's Auburn Toyota and Magnuson's Dodge, both in Auburn. It's time to visit the newly remodeled B&C True Value Home and Garden Center. The new B&C has completely changed for your shopping convenience. Their new expanded garden center has everything you need, including expert advice on trees, shrubs, and perennials. Check out their new website and the new spring hours. And thank you for voting B&C the best hardware and building supply in 2012. So start right, start here at B&C True Value Home and Garden Center.
Welcome back to J. David Ramsey Stadium on the campus of Bear River High School. Second half kickoff will take place right now. Bear River will be receiving the ball. They won the toss and elected to receive. And now in the fourth quarter, they'll have the wind at their back, so that was a good strategy. There's the kickoff, and it's going to come up short and picked up on the 17-yard line. That is Baggett, and he continues to drive forward to about the 37-yard line. He almost fumbled that ball. Did you see that?
Kind of a tricky kickoff.
It was.
By Wyatt Elmore.
For the Mustangs.
So good strategy by Bear River, huh? Shutting them down 12-0 first half, and now getting the opening kickoff in the second half with winds kind of died down. It was gusting to about 12, 15 miles per hour coming right at them.
So here come the Bruins. 3 receivers out here to the right, and they're going to hand it off up the middle. That goes to Cunningham, and he takes it for about maybe 3 or 4 yards.
So they line up 3 receivers to the right, trips they call it. Not going to fool anybody because they know they're going to hand it off inside. So why not take a couple of those blockers, Marty, put them down inside?
Well, it could be a rollout to the right for a pass, too. That could always develop. Maybe they're setting up plays for a little bit later.
Exactly. That's probably what they're doing, is just letting them see that formation and come right back with it again.
Yeah, same formation. Could be a fake, and now he's got passing. He's got a man wide open. That is Friedrichs, and he's going down the sideline, and they're not going to get him. He's going to go in for a touchdown, Bruins. That didn't take long.
That's why you're the professional announcer. How much you calling that they were just setting up something? And
yeah, and they come back with the same play right away. I thought maybe they'd save it for a little bit later, but boy, that was a 60-yard touchdown pass. Friedrichs, I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Yeah, Jake just ran by number 44, the defensive back for the Argonaut Mustangs, Ryan Carbarini. Good throw, too, by Clay, huh?
Yeah, it was right on them. Nice tight spiral, right on the money.
Looks like they might go for 2, huh? What do you think?
They may be. Let's see, I think so. Trying to get at least up to 20. So here come the Bruins going for 2. 2 backs in the backfield. Rolling out to his right. He's got a man open, and he just overthrows him. He makes such a good pass on the previous play, and then on that one he threw behind his intended receiver.
Tough. He's got to sprint hard to his right. He's looking, kind of throws back across his body and just throws behind his receiver. But number 52 was pursuing him hot and heavy, coming down on him from the Argonaut side.
There's your Trips Auto Body and Paint Shop scoreboard showing the Bear River with a three 6s on the board. And with 8:46 left to go in this third quarter, Bear River up on top by a score of 18-0. Take a look at that replay, Rick, of that touchdown.
So again, Fredericks just closes the gap here. He does a little out and up there, it looks like. Oh, I see. Okay, so the inside receiver, slot receiver comes, does a little out, and then runs an up. Great route. Good design by the offensive play. One last gas here by number 44. Ryan Carbarini tries to tackle him. Good job by Fredericks to get in the end zone.
So back to live action after that touchdown by Bear River. 8:39 left to go in this third quarter. And the kickoff, and the ball is returned to the 25 of the Mustangs, so they'll take over 1st and 10. Ball spotted on the 24.
Extremely difficult for the Argonaut team at this point to try to get something going. Their leader and the guy who had been controlling the offense, Addison Kramer, number 21, out with an injury, and
it doesn't look like he'll be back in the ball game either. Quick snap, and it's trying to go over the right side, but there's nothing there. He maybe picked up a couple.
Good hard running.
All right.
That is Ryan Garbarini.
Garbarini.
He lined up in the, almost like a wildcat. He lined up in the quarterback position. I guess they've seen enough of Wyatt Elmore in there at quarterback. Good effort by Wyatt, though. Nice job by him coming in for the injured quarterback, Addison Kramer.
That's got to be frustrating when you put everything on the on your number 1 quarterback and he goes down. There's a handoff. Little quicker execution with number 44 in there.
Shy of the 35-yard line, it's going to bring up about 5 yards to go for that first down.
Good hard running inside, just taking it up in there and driving down the field. Cody Conrad, number 62 for the Argonaut Mustangs, getting checked out by the medical staff over here. Looks like they're checking his shoulder, maybe a dislocated shoulder or broken collarbone.
So it's third down for the Mustangs. And another hand. Whoa, almost a horse collar, but he grabbed him around. Hey, they're going to throw the flag. I think they're going to call that. He went up high with that tackle. That was Alberg.
That's a good safe call, Marty. I mean, you want to prevent any kind of injury, and you reach in and grab the top of the shoulder pad and yank him back. Good hard running by number.
Personal foul. Oh, they call a face mask.
Oh, did they? Maybe that's why his head snapped back so quick.
I think so, and I think we just lost our power or something here. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. You can?
Yep, I got you.
I'm dead now.
NFL score update. They're playing 2 games on Monday Night Football. Of course, 49ers later. Right now, it's the Atlanta Falcons 20 and the Philadelphia Eagles 3 just before halftime.
Here comes bad snap, and it's fumbled in there by
44 able to fall back on, and Garbarini back at the
Garbarini as he goes and
second down.
he ends up with a recovery on that fumble. Kind of hit him right in the hands, and it didn't.
Tough loss. He's thinking about all kinds of different things. Get the ball handed off. Which way are we going on a direction? In the meantime, number 53, Travis Carpenter's breathing down his neck.
Same formation again, and there's the handoff. That goes nowhere. Coming up, making that stop is number Hayden Becker was the first one to meet him, and he ends up throwing him for a loss, and that'll bring up third down and about 23-yard line, 23 yards.
And we've called Hayden Becker's number and name a few times. Yep. Good job by him just penetrating the line of scrimmage and getting to the ball carrier. Also, nice job by number 22, Jake Leonard, getting in there, helping out with the tackle.
So they'll bring up third down and long. I would assume they'd have to put this ball in the air here. He's looking to pass. Now he rolls out, and he throws it over the middle, and it's right in his hands. He had it. That was intended for number 14.
Looking for the wide receiver number
Weeder.
14. Sorry, we don't have a name for him.
That was a number we didn't catch during the pregame, Marty, number 14.
Well, you got it written here. Derek
Wirt? Shame on me. I did get it.
Yeah, so here's fourth down now. Looks like a punt formation.
Drop deep for the Bruins.
There's a good kick. It's going to be taken in there on the 30-yard line. Heading for the sidelines. Got a couple of blockers out in front. Cuts it back into the middle, and then he gets hog-tied down, and that'll be a 15-yard penalty. Number 61 came in there and lassoed him. That's Sherrill. These squads are both so small that both these players have all got to go both ways. That's kind of a – it looks like Bear River's going to be stepping it off. I thought it was from that tackle. My mistake.
So, Marty, refresh me. What's the current attendance at Bear River High School?
Right now it's 700.
And I think the Argonaut Mustangs have about 550 in their high school, so tough to supply these JV teams.
Yep. Bear River's got a big freshman team this year, and the varsity's got a good size. So, quick pass out into the flat, and Baggett dropped the ball right in his hand. That'll bring up second down and 10.
A little excitement. He runs a good route, comes back to the quarterback, gives him a good target to throw at, and looks like Luke was just trying to spin and get upfield. A little too quick. Didn't put the ball away.
So the Bruins come up with two backs in the backfield and two receivers out. Now that's back into the flat again, and he overthrows him.
This time
Carippo looking for Cunningham.
22. Mason Flores
on
the coverage. Third and 10.
Threw it over his head, so now they're going to send in another play. This should be a pass play, I would assume.
Good throw, showing a good strong arm.
Yeah, he does have
Clay.
a strong arm. Single back in the backfield is Cunningham. Now they're going to. The ball is caught in there by Baggett, but I think that they're going to get illegal motion over here. Left the right end, the right receiver out on the far right left a little bit early.
Yeah, number 15, Jake Fredericks, who played before. The pass was intended to. Didn't get to the line of scrimmage to get set for the full 1 second. Referee right there.
Illegal procedure. I saw it.
False start against the Bruins.
So that'll bring it back 5 yards, and that'll negate the first down they just would have picked up.
Well, coaches get to see a good throw, good catch. But if you're in a tight ball game, you want that yardage for a first down. So tough mistake to negate that.
5 yards. Repeat the down. So third down 15 for Bear River. 28-yard line.
So here come the Bruins. 3 receivers out to the left, running over the middle, and it's going to be intercepted and brought down in there. That's number 22. That's Mason Flores.
Intercepted by number 22, Mason Flores. It's going to give the Mustangs a first down at the 46-yard line.
The intended receiver was Taylor, and he had his man beat, but the ball was just underthrown just a little bit.
Good job by Mason Flores. Just kind of went up, played center field, took the ball. A defensive back supposed to go up and get it at the highest point. Nice job. Picking off the ball, getting an interception, and getting the ball back to the Argonaut Mustangs.
So here come the Mustangs now with 2 receivers out here to the left, and now there's a handoff, and Bear River is just dominating that line of scrimmage, and the run game. Here's a replay of that interception, Rick.
So like you're saying, Marty, just a little bit underthrown by Clay, and 22 Mason Flores just goes up at the highest point and takes it away, dominates it. Good athletic defensive play.
There was a loss of 2 yards on that running play, so now that brings up second down and 12. There's a fake handoff, but nothing there. And then he took it himself.
Big tackle for the loss, dropping 44, Ryan Garbarini.
Good defense by number 13. Caden Alberg just stayed at home right there, didn't he?
5-yard loss on the play. It'll bring up third down and long for Argonaut.
You said it a couple plays ago, Marty. The Bear River team just dominating the line of scrimmage, bringing 8 or 9 players, just forcing the Argonaut Mustang team to make a play athletically.
So now it's third down and a bad snap, and falling on it, going down with the ball is Flores.
Bring up fourth down.
That'll bring up fourth down at about 25.
Yeah, my tremendous admiration to the Argonaut Mustang team, their parents, and all the things they've been through this last week, and rescheduling of this game from last Friday night to tonight. For them to show up and be playing hard, I admire them.
That's a tough situation. There's the kick, and it's going to be go on by Zimmer, but he picks it up at about the 23-yard line. Got some blockers down the sideline. He cuts it back, and he's had one man to beat and couldn't beat him, and that was number 14 coming up, and that's Wirt making that tackle.
Will be spotted at the 47-yard line, first and 10, Bear River.
Good run back by Zimmer. Looked like he was going to get trapped back there. Almost broke it.
So the Bruins come up now. First and 10, full house backfield. Second handoff, powered right up, and he's still on his feet. He's going to go for about maybe 10 yards. That was Stephen Rich, the running back, number 25, with a big run.
Tremendous lead block by number 21, Jeremy Cunningham, who took on the defensive end or linebacker and just buried him, what they call a pancake, knocked him right on his back. Leading the way for number 25, Stephen Rich.
So once again, they got the full house backfield. Handoff again, that goes to Cunningham, I believe, that time. Oh, that's Bosworth, number 30.
He looks like a little bit of a scat back. Plays a pretty good corner for Bear River, and they put him in, and looks like he's got some good speed. Give Luke Baggett a breather, and now Luke's back in.
So that'll bring up second down and about 6 for the Bruins. Once again, that full house backfield. They hand it to the fullback, and he picks up several yards. That is Cunningham.
Inside the 35. Third down and short.
So that brings up a third down and short yardage for the Bruins, about 3.
It's like Stephen Rich is hurt, limping off.
Pitch back over the right side, and he's going to get the first down, I believe. That the ball carrier was Zimmer.
Josh Zimmer wrapped up short of the first down marker. He's going to bring up fourth down. Nice tackle on the play by Adam Abatida.
Quarter should be just about coming to an end. Here they'll let the clock run out as the third quarter will finish out.
Sounds like they're making popcorn in the truck, Marty.
Yeah, no kidding. We're getting a lot of. I didn't get any dinner, so I could sure go for some if that's what they're doing in there. There's the end of the third quarter.
Reminder, Bruin Nation, pick up a wonderful program.
And your Trips Auto Body and Paint Shop scoreboard showing the 3 6s for Bear River. A touchdown in each one of the quarters, and they lead over the Argonaut Mustang by a score of 18-0.
Pretty consistent there by Bear River, right? Putting 6s up in each of the first 3 quarters, and unfortunately.
All right, I'd like to remind you that you're watching exclusive coverage on your NorCal Game of the Week, touchdownproductions.com, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Anything Green Hydroponics is your source for hydro systems, grow lights, and soils. Anything Green offers a complete range of organic nutrients as well as fungicides, miticides, and predatory bugs. Anything Green Hydroponics has just received this year's soil. Get your totes, pallets, or individual bags. Stay tuned for future workshops. It's all at Anything Green Hydroponics.
I know, I'm hungry too. Welcome back to J. David Ramsey Stadium on the campus of Bear River High School. Marty Mortensen along with Rick Ellwood and the rest of the Touchdown Productions crew is out here for this JV game. And somebody moved. It may be a false start against the Bruins, and it is. Not a way to start that drive in good field position.
Caden Alberg just comes up out of his stance and getting in a blocking position, staring right at the referee who throws the flag. That's got to be an empty feeling.
Mm-hmm. You can't even hide from that. So that'll bring up fourth down again, and about 6 for a first down. See what play they put in here for the Bruins. Now they're going to run. Now they're going to get penalized or a timeout called. Yep, the coaches on the sideline called the timeout. Looks like they were. Like to remind you, watching exclusive coverage on touchdownproductions.com here on your NorCal Game of the Week. We'll be right back.
We're at SPD Market in Nevada City asking people what they like about SPD.
I've been shopping here for about 20 years, and the people are very courteous, and I especially like the meat counter. It's nice. You have a great selection, very helpful.
Because it's local, it's small, they have wonderful selections of things I need, and the personnel are very nice.
And that's why people love SPD Markets in Nevada City and Grass Valley.
Bear River forced a punt there on that 4th and long after that 5-yard penalty, and it was kind of an errant kick. Got a lot of height again. but no distance. And so the ball will be spotted on the Argonaut 27-yard line where they'll take over 1st and 10.
Figures like your golf shot. You get it up in the wind, just let the wind carry it, Marty.
It didn't do anything. So T formation, a pitch back to number 22. That's Flores over, and he goes for maybe a yard or two. Let's see what happened. Back doing the quarterbacking now is Elmore.
Going in kind of a single wing offense there, lining up in the T formation, just turning around and pitching it inside. And nice block by number 52, Kenny Mackey, for the Argonaut Mustangs.
Well, they are right up on the line of scrimmage, the entire team. There's a pitch back. That's number 44.
44, the ball carrier, Ryan Garbarini.
Garbarini, the ball carrier, he picks up a few, so that'll bring up 3rd down. They just haven't been able to move the ball no matter what formation they get in here.
Well, Bear River knows they don't have the ability to throw the ball, so they're stacking it up 8-9 inside, and Argonaut's just not getting a push off the line of scrimmage. But this new single wing offense they got going here looks pretty productive for the last 2 runs.
Here's a inside handoff, and come up and making that stop in there was number 30, Bosworth. And I think they stopped them short of the 1st down, and they did. So that'll bring up 4th down again.
Good inside counter by the Toronto, I keep wanting to say Toronto Argonauts, but the Argonaut team. But a nice job by number 30, Wyatt Bosworth, coming up making a solid tackle.
That formation that they're using and the handoff and the mix, everything that they're using is reminiscent of Nevada Union. Ball's picked up and then fumbled and then recovered over there, and that's Baggett. Bear River will take up on their own 42-yard line. Well, they'll take over 1st and 10 with 7:35 left to go in this ball game. Bear River up on top, 18-0.
Interesting observation there, Marty, on that offense. Nevada Union does run it. Doesn't Placer run a little bit of that too?
They do too, yeah.
And I think they put up almost 500 yards of offense last week in their ball game.
I did read that.
So Joey's got them going pretty strong. That's going to be a good ball game.
So here's a pitch back, and didn't fake it. Well, he got by that one tackler, and he cuts to the right side, still on his feet, juking around. That's Taylor. And he got a 1st down out of all that, and he was almost going to be thrown for a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, it looked like number 33, A.J. Tapoy, had him in his sights and had him locked up, but all Stephen Taylor on that run. Good athletic ability, good cutback, and good leg drive.
Yeah, he put some moves on the defenders there. So it's 1st and 10 for the Bruins. Pitch back, and that looks like that's going to. I couldn't see who.
Like 25, Stephen Rich had that one again.
Stephen Rich. 2nd down and
picked up about 5. .6:39 left to go in this ball game. Bear River just grinding it out here. Now they go into I formation, and now they have another shift. That's Zimmer shifting off to the right. Now they're going to have to call a timeout as they didn't have the right formation in there for the play that was called. All right, I'd like to remind you that you're watching exclusive coverage on touchdownproductions.com of your NorCal Game of the Week. We'll be right back after these short messages.
Welcome to Plaza Tire and Automotive Service in Grass Valley. At Plaza Tire and Automotive Service, the customer comes first. We only do what's right for the customer, not necessarily what's right for business. 3rd generation family member, learned all that I know from my Grandpa Fred, my dad, my Uncle Mike, my grandma. My entire family's been a huge part of learning about the automotive industry. Grass Valley is our 4th location, and you can also find us in Colfax, Penn Valley, and Nevada City. I am Blake Hauser, and I welcome you to join us for the grand opening at our Grass Valley location.
We're back here at the 4th quarter of this JV exclusive broadcast by TouchdownProductions.com. 6:23 left to go in this 4th quarter as Bear River continues to grind it out. They have 2nd and about 6 for a first down. Looking to pass, and he's got a man open, but he overthrows him. That was intended for Rich, as Clay just overthrew him. He's got a strong arm. Nice tight spiral he throws.
Good throwing motion. He sees it well. He stands tall. It looks like and probably a pretty good read right there. Throwing it to him coming out of the backfield. Wyatt Elmore on the coverage for Argonaut.
So that'll bring up 3rd down. Looking to pass again. And that ball is caught in there by that is Taylor, and he doesn't go anywhere, and that'll bring up short gain. It'll bring up 4th down and about 4.
4th down and 3.
They're going to go for it. Full house backfield again. Big hole opened up, and he's going to get the first down and more as he goes down to about the 27-yard line. That is Josh Zimmer on that handoff. That play's been very successful tonight.
Good job by the offensive line, and especially number 74, Joshua Jurado. A nice block up there to pave the way for Josh Zimmer to get an easy first down.
So 1st and 10 on the Argonaut 27-yard line. I formation. Looking to pass again, and he's got a man wide open, and he just overthrew him. That was intended for number 20, it looks like, and that was Elliott, a wide receiver.
Yeah, Clay not happy with himself, too. He knows he had him wide open, and maybe just needed a little more touch to feather that one.
Johnny Parker, wide receiver, comes into the ball game. In motion is Rich. Handoff, right side, and it goes for a couple.
Stephen Rich inside the 25. Nice gain there.
Once again, we've called his number a lot tonight.
Boy, Ryan Carbarini.
Yep.
And also Mason Flores on the stop, playing hard.
Well, they are. They're going to be potentially good players when they get to the varsity level. There's the handoff, and didn't fool anybody.
21, the ball carrier for the Bruins, Jeremy Cunningham.
That was Cunningham.
Nice play there by
That'll bring up 4th down again.
Adam Evia.
I think if I'm Tanner Mathias, I'd be calling that strong T formation full house backfield again.
Turn around and hand it to number 6, Josh Zimmer, and let him go in off.
Because the linemen don't really know who to go to when you got 3 backs in the back. That used to be commonplace all the time in college and pro, but not so much anymore.
A lot of trickery out there now, Marty.
So
I'm not sure it's achieved much, but
shotgun formation, looking to pass, going out. And he overthrows.
Looking over on the right.
I think that was for Rich. So the ball will go over on downs with 4:09 left to go in this ball game. So what turned out to be a real quick first half has turned into a passing attack here on the second half, and it's taken up a lot more time. 4:09 left to go here in this ball game. Bear River up on top by a score of 18-0. Change of possession, and it's referee calls a timeout.
Looks like Argonaut's going to stick with that tight single wing type offense.
Like the back judge was a little late getting to the play there. Now he's in position. So here come the Mustangs. That single wing formation. Hand off to the first man through, and that was a big gainer. One of the biggest gains they've had so far is about 6 yards.
That's number 28.
Just plowing hard in there, Sean McCoy, and they're just following his blockers, driving his legs, and asking the offensive lineman to move that big defensive front for Bear River.
They should have started running that at the start of the ball game, I think, because this is picking up yardage. Pitch back, and coming up and making that stop is Alberg. That didn't go anywhere, as that is going to bring up a third down and about 7. It's you can tell they haven't practiced that as much because it's not really sharp.
It's not. He just turning and pitching it. I think big number 19, Wyatt, just wants to get rid of the ball quick, and the defensive line's just coming.
There's a pitch back again to that's Carbarini again, and he's going to maybe pick up a couple. Let's see if they're going to give it. He's going to be short of the first down marker by about 2 yards. Let's see if they run another play.
4th down and 2.
Yeah, they probably will, I think, with 2:35 left. No, they're going to kick the ball again back to Bear River. Good snap and a good kick. Coming over for it is Zimmer. He picks the ball up, coming down the sidelines. Got a row of blockers. Still on his feet, still moving. Gets back to about the 33-yard line.
Boy, hustling again, number 22, Mason Flores hustling along with number 52, Kenny Mackey, to make that tackle. But Bear River did have a good wall set up in front of
that
Josh
was Zimmer. Yep. Clock continues to run. 2:12 left to go in this ball game. Flores is having a little trouble there. They're not going to. He's tying his shoes. So now we're ready to go. Full house backfield again, and a handoff over the right side. Picks up about 3. They'll just keep the ball on the ground.
Looks like the ball came loose there.
7-yard line. Nice gain on first down. Under 2 minutes to go.
Marty, this was a Bear River JV team last year. I know different than these guys, but was undefeated last year.
Yeah, right. It was 10. They were 10-0. Had a much bigger squad.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah,
So
and so now they've got 3 walk-in wounded on the JV squad that aren't suited up tonight. So I mean they've got small numbers, and then when you get people hurt, it's tough.
We'll see a lot of those kids a little bit later, won't we? At the in the varsity game that played last year on the undefeated team.
Oh, absolutely. So we've got the full house backfield again. It's 3rd down, and that's handed off to number 63. That's Olson. He doesn't pick up the first down, but he's the lineman, and they give him a chance.
Going back to the old days at the fridge, back in there lining up at the ball. Big number 63 just rumbling.
So Bear River may have to run one more play. It's down to 30 seconds on the time clock. Well, I guess they're going to let it run out. Argonaut's not going to try to stop the clock with trailing by 3 scores with only 14 seconds. Well, they come up to the line of scrimmage. And they run out of time, stop the clock, and that'll bring up a 5-yard penalty for delay of game. That's what they call, so that'll bring it back 5 yards.
So clock stops. Now they have to take a snap.
Yep, they do now.
Argonaut just couldn't get anything going once Addison Kramer left the ball game.
Yeah, I think they based their whole offense on him. And when he went down, he had that finger problem right at the start, and then he limped off, and so he was hurting. There's a handoff, and that's going to be the last play of the game. The ball carrier was Cunningham, and that'll do it as the Bear River Bruins JV squad comes up with a big victory over the Argonaut Mustangs as your Trip Auto Body and Paint Shop scoreboard, showing that the Bear River comes up with 18 points and Argonaut Mustangs 0, and that's your ball game, 18-0. Both teams go out to the center of the field to shake hands. It was a tough ball game for the Argonaut squad, right?
So I salute them for their competitive sportsmanship and all this going on in their community, all the uncertainty, and just appreciate them coming out tonight and doing a good job, but pretty stout defense by the Bear River Bruins to shut them out.
You can see the fire trucks from Cal Fire and from Higgins, our local fire lot.
So the teams have met at the middle of the field, and the Bruins will head down to welcome in the varsity squad as the clock begins to tick down to 19 minutes.
Victims of the fire, it would be greatly appreciated. And a reminder too, on Friday we're going to make a run up to Jackson Rancheria and take a big donation of blankets, socks, underwear, the basics. So if you can donate anything this week, drop it by the school here. We'll run it up to Jackson.
There's the cheerleaders and the fans coming out onto the field to welcome in the varsity players. And with your executive producer for tonight's game is Gilbert M. Dominguez. Camera operators tonight, Joan Lyons, Callahan King, Nate Thompson, and Teresa Dietrich. Your announcers for tonight's game, Marty Mortensen along with Rick Ellwood on color. Remote facilities provided tonight by the Commander 2. Commander Maintenance, Plaza Tire Auto Service, Reeves Auto Parts. Touchdown accounting provided by Cinto Graziano, LLP. And don't forget to contact us at touchdownproductions.com or Gil at touchdownproductions.com, and we'll look forward to hearing from you. All right, for Gil Dominguez, Rick Ellwood, Marty Mortensen saying, and all the crew from touchdownproductions.com, we'll see you next time on your NorCal Game of the Week. Good night, everybody.